I bet you thought I forgot. I bet you thought this wasn't coming. But bitch, Halloween Horror Extravaganza must have a sequel. And unlike the new movie It, this one will not take 27 years to release. However, just like the movie it'll be much better this time around. Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of hashtag Halloween Horror Extravaganza 2017. It's a really long hashtag. You can abbreviate it to hashtag HHE 2K17 if you want. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here with the very first episode of the Halloween Horror Extravaganza for this year. I started my YouTube channel last year and did horror movie reviews starting in September, and we're almost halfway through September already and I'm just now getting to the first one, so I'm late, okay? October might be the time that people normally start celebrating Halloween, but I'm late. Of course I had to go see It, the new movie from Stephen King's original novel. Most people are familiar with the one with Tim Curry back in 1990. It's very iconic. I've never seen it, so I will not be comparing the new one to that one at all. People have their preferences, and I've seen reviews both ways, that Tim Curry did a better Pennywise or Bill Skarsgård did a better Pennywise. I don't care, okay? We're just going to be talking about the 2017 movie. In case you aren't familiar with the Halloween Horror Extravaganza, I mean, it's pretty famous and everything. I basically just go through new horror movies, and it doesn't have to necessarily be new ones that just come out this year, but just ones that I have not seen before. So I will not be covering any of the movies I saw last year for the Halloween Horror Extravaganza, so if you watch any of those reviews, you can definitely catch them. They're still on my channel, but I'm not going to be reviewing any of those, and they're not contenders, so it's kind of like a countdown. So for example, this movie is going to start at first place because it's the first movie, and then it's either going to go up or down depending on which movies come after it. I'll put up a list of all the movies that I've already reviewed, and then those ones are not fair game, and I'm not going to be reviewing those, so just go ahead and don't even worry about suggesting those. Now, here's what you came for, alright? Here's your 2-second summary. It was spooky AF. Okay, that's everything. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye-bye. It was a very disturbing film, I would say. A lot of people said it wasn't very scary. Look, I don't know about you, but clowns that unexpectedly come out of the sewer of all places with razor sharp teeth, like 10 rows, some great white shark realness, great white shark realness. That was a tongue twister. No, that's spooky. That's spooky. I'm sorry, it is. It definitely had more of a disturbing psychological element to it, but what I really loved about this movie is that it combines psychological and real horror. So it's not all gore. It's not all like Babadook was kind of just all mental horror and sort of metaphors and things like that. This one, I think, perfectly combines the two, which is why I love this movie so much, and it's definitely my favorite horror movie of the year so far. Just kidding, it's the first one, obviously. But I definitely love this mixing of genres where there was some gore where it's like, that's gross, but then there's also the psychological aspect to back it up, so it's not just a Saw movie where it's just pointless gore where people are just getting their arms chopped off for no reason. Although an arm does get chopped off within the first 10 minutes of this movie, so if you're looking for that, there you go. I think it's really interesting how this is such an iconic horror film. Even the original miniseries is so iconic, and I think this will just make it even more iconic. I'm sure we'll be seeing lots and lots more scary clowns around. Actually, one of my family members sent me a picture of a red balloon just innocently, you know, floating above a sewer grate, just tied right there. Like, oh my god, the scope of this, that it's actually in real life, and we're seeing red balloons hang out of sewers. Like, that's sketch, okay, that's sketch. Definitely has a real world following that has me shook. I'm shook. I also really love, there's a lot of kind of jump scary, loud music accompanying, you know, just a clown jumping out. There's lots of those moments, but there's also subtle moments of terror, which I like the most in this movie, and they kind of reminded me of like maybe The Conjuring or something like that. When I left the theater, I wasn't really that scared. It was mostly just disturbing, but when I was alone in this room, okay, by myself, there's a couple images from that movie that will definitely stick with me, and that's what a good horror movie is supposed to do, in my opinion. If I had to describe the movie It in one word, it's a damn concept, and I freaking live for concepts. I mean, I was watching the last fight scene. The way that Pennywise acts in that last fight scene is just so perfect. Like, it ties up exactly what Pennywise is all about. He comes to F shit up, and he is very methodical about how he does it. It's not just this careless gore fest, and I really like that. Also, this movie is disturbing in real and paranormal ways, so in addition to Pennywise the Clown, who's obviously the main stage here, there's also adults who are, you know, molesters and things like that are like real world horrors that you don't want to accompany in your real life, obviously, but then there's also the paranormal things you'd also not want to see. So just a great blend of lots of different kinds of horror. So this movie, I'm not really going to be rating on a scale from 1 to 10 how I did in the past. I'm just going to be giving it a place, so it's going to be kind of an ordinal scale where it's like who's in first place, who's in second place. And right now, it definitely takes first place for sure. And at the end, I was just left with a few questions I kind of wanted to ask and see if, once you see the movie, if you have responses to these questions. They're a little bit spoilery, so if you don't want any kind of spoilers for what happens in the movie, maybe just click off the video now. But I do have a few questions I was hoping maybe someone could help me answer. Number one, why does, okay, so there's one kid, I'm sorry, I can't remember the kids' names for shit, but there's one kid who, they're going around in a circle and all the kids are like, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of this. So one of the kids says that he's afraid of clowns, and I'm like, okay, it's like, is he the master of, is the clown specifically going after him? Because why would Pennywise be taking the shape of the clown? Like, why was that not mentioned after that in the film? Doesn't that seem like a pretty significant detail? It's just like, I'm afraid of clowns. Okay, so is this kid the most important one, or what? I don't know. Also, why does it take so long for these kids to tell each other about the clown? Wouldn't that be like, right when it happens, you'd be like, yo, this just freaking, my painting just came to life, this creepy ass painting in my house just came to life and there was a clown. Like, also, why don't the kids tell each other about the clown right away? Like, it has to be some meeting an hour into the movie. I'm like, as soon as that happened, wouldn't you be freaked out? They're functioning normally, like, oh, I saw a clown, must be my imagination. No, bitch, that was not your imagination. And you would definitely be telling your friends about that, like, right away, come on. And I wonder how Pennywise will embody fears in the sequel, like the adult fears, you know, that might be more abstract. I look forward to seeing how that's embodied, like heartbreak, loneliness, you know, war, all these kinds of things. How would he embody those? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Anyways, that's all for this review today. Thank you so much for watching, y'all, and I'll definitely see you soon. Hashtag stay spooky. Is that cheesy?